Greetings to you all and welcome to Wiz N Liz, the Frantic Wabbit Wescue. Why it's not Frantic I don't know. But this is Wiz N Liz. Behold the plot. And the angry moon. The moon is an odd chap in this game. Usually he sleeps. When he's not asleep, he's angry. But behold, wabbits. What do wabbits do? They run around. They also hop on the spot and sometimes they do backflips. It will happen. There we go. One of them just did it. Fantastic. This is a cauldron of magic. Behold the spell. Rabbit thievery is afoot. What stole these wabbits we don't know. Who will save these wabbits? We damn well know. Wiz N Liz. Combined efforts. Wiz is a wizard. He's a man. Liz is a wizard, or a witch maybe, I'm not sure. She's a woman. By their powers combined, the wabbits will be saved. This is a fluffy game, that's enough of that. So, how does this game work? You can play as either Wiz or Liz, or if you're playing two-player, you play as both, and you argue about who gets to play as Wiz, because he's clearly superior. But there's Liz, okay? You've seen her, good. Now let's pretend she doesn't exist. But this is my boy, Wiz. What a strong rabbit-saving man. We need to ignore the password screen and select our difficulty. 3 difficulties to choose from: Apprentice, Wizard and Sorcerer. There is also Super Wizard, a hidden difficulty that you can unlock by a cheat code, but the game tells you the cheat code if you complete on the hardest difficulty. We're going to be playing on Wizard, the medium difficulty. Why? Because this game is damn difficult. Then we have a skill level. I don't know what this does. I know on training the game's easier and it gives you some hints. Some sort of tutorial things. And on taxing, the game's harder, but I'm going to pick the middle one, because I picked the middle one here, I picked the middle one here. Consistency. But welcome, I have a password already. Seems a little premature, but alright. This is Wiz N Liz, and look at the speed on this man! What do you think, because he's over 100 years old, he's not going to shift? Look at the man go! His feet are a blur. Also, he can't stop on a dime if you try to make him stop. We've got a bit of a power slide, it's like the man's running on ice 24/7. So, allow me to explain Wiz N Liz. The moon is angry at me. We have fruit. Here are 2 fruits. This one is clearly a strawberry. We have our washing. Just 1 boot. Also some towels. Cleanliness is important. This is my home. It's nothing special, but the fire's burning away. It's quite nice. How does a wizard cast spells? That's right, any 2 random fruits in a cauldron. The effect of the spell will depend on the fruits that are put in it. If you put in a strawberry with a whatever the hell that was, I think it's an apple, it creates the door. The exit door. That takes you to the game. So that spell is not really of much use to me anymore. But nevertheless, the game can begin. Welcome to the level select mine track. I don't know. Here are all the different levels of the game. We will be completing each level once. Doesn't really matter which one I start with, so Deadland. Let's go. The game, behold. There are wabbits that must be saved. By running into them, they are saved. Sometimes they boing, sometimes they pop, sometimes they wham. Whatever happens, they're saved. I don't know why this saves them. I guess I'm using magic to send them home or something. Honestly, I've got no idea. But we can look at the background, that's fun. Look at that wabbit gargoyles. Fantastic. It's gonna take a lot for me to say wabbit instead of rabbit. Now then. Every time I save a wabbit, I get rewarded. There are 3 different rewards. Nah, there's 4 different rewards. But you're only gonna see 3 of them for a while. One is the fruit/vegetable. One is the stars, and one is the clock. The clock is the easiest one to explain, so we'll start with that. If you get a clock, you get 3 seconds added to your timer at the end of that round. So not instantly, but at the end of the round, it counts up all your clocks, gives you 3 seconds for each. Very nice. You're gonna need that because you will run out of time in this game. Let's cast a spell. Strawberry and banana, I can figure these 2 out. We're gonna see some fruits that I've no idea what they are. You're just gonna have to work with me on this. Magic diamond collected. What does the magic diamond do? Absolutely nothing by itself. This is my gem stash. If I get all 4 gems, I get a super bonus game. Is that gonna happen? Not a hope in hell. Let's carry on. We'll do Temple Land. Why not? Now, the levels are mostly the same. They're all just side-scrolling things with various levels of elevation. Some of the levels are longer. Some of the levels have more layers of elevation. They are slightly different. Main difference is the backgrounds. Exciting things. As you can see, when we first save Wabbits, they will spawn letters that spell out the word at the top. Today's word is Wappler. It's an actual word, I believe. I didn't used to think these were actual words, but then one day I saw Gazump, and that's a word. So now I think they're all words. I'm easily convinced. But first of all, you have to spell out the magic spell, Wabbler, which is used to create the exit door, so we can get out of here. Then it's just a case of saving all the remaining Wabbits, and we're home free. And when I say home free, I mean it. We're going back home with our precious Wabbits. Where do they go when we're back in the pub? I don't know what this place is. My garden? No idea. Alright, this, I believe, is an apple. What happens when you mix an apple with a potato? Not good things, but we're gonna try it. I have acquired friendship. Fantastic. What does the friendship spell do? Not a clue, we'll find out together. It summons Liz. Liz is gonna help me out. She's just gonna follow me around. She's not really gonna do anything, but she will collect items if she happens to run over them, I think. It's too hard to make her actually collect something. God damn it, woman. Just follow me around then, it's fine. Oh, by the way, this music, listen to it. I love this tune. In fact, I love this particular music track so much, it's on my video game playlist. When I just feel like listening to some video game music, it's on there. Wiz N Liz made the cut somehow. But it's because of this track. I don't know, I really like it. It sounds so nice on the Mega Drive chipset. That was the friendship spell. Wonderful. That's worn off now. We'll never see Liz again. Unless I cast that spell again, but that's not gonna happen. Alright, it's time for some magic. This is a... pumpkin? God knows. And this is a mango, I'm pretty sure. There could be a pineapple. I genuinely don't know. I'll bow in reverence to the fruit. Don't tease me like that, game. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Bottom right corner, you can see my remaining time. If that gets to 0, we're done for. So in the opening phase of the game, there are infinite Wabbits. We'll never save them all. It's only when we've got the spell that there becomes a finite number of Wabbits to capture. If you look in the bottom right, you'll see my magic meter filling up. Every apple I collect adds towards it. Once the bar is full, I have the apple and it starts to follow me around. If the apple is following me around, that means it's basically secured. I don't actually have it yet, I have to complete the stage still. If I die, then I'll lose it. But if I get out the door with the apple, it goes back to the hub world and I can use it later. Now you may have noticed it's getting... Ooh, bonus stage. You may have noticed it's getting slightly harder to complete the spells. I'm needing more and more fruit each time. And that happens as the game goes on. It will get harder and harder and harder to fill the bars. The words will get longer, and what have you. Anyway, bonus stage. Behold! Everything is grey, or blue? I'm not really sure. I think these are called... No, these are grey, right? There are different coloured wabbits in this game. And they're all spelt wrong. So there are wed wabbits, green wabbits, and blue. It's about B-L-O-O wabbits. But these might be grey rabbits, I'm not sure. $50,000 points awarded for the bonus stage. Points in the bottom left corner of the screen. What do points do? Absolutely nothing. They get you on the high scoreboard. Is that good? Is that worth anything? Not a damn thing. But you can see how many points I got. Look at that. I owe it all to the grey wabbits. You can see all of the different fruit rotating through on the third icon there. If you could figure out what they all are, you're doing better than me. That orange thing is an orange. I remember. Alright, what are we mixing? Apple and mango, that makes a damn good squash, let me tell you. I think it's a mango. I don't know, okay, I don't know. Nice, extra stars. Stars in the bottom left above the score. What do stars do? You'll find out, maybe. Maybe not. I'm going to mine land. This one has the most layers, I think. Most layers of elevation. Also has pretty damn good music. My understanding of the word diddle isn't YouTube friendly, so I'm not really sure what that word's supposed to mean. I know diddly squat, so maybe it just means a small amount. Oh no, wait, to diddle someone is to sort of con them and trick them. Yes, that's right. You can diddle someone out of their money. Nunting is completely lost on me, mind you. So now when I'm collecting the spell, that means the letters, you'll notice that there are stars getting thrown into the mix. I believe it's exactly every other wabbit. So one will give a letter, next one star, then a letter, then a star. It's just to make the stages take longer and to make me run out of time. Evil stuff. But that's how the game gets harder as we go on. Now the main idea behind Wiz N Liz is that it's kind of a roguelite game. You want to call it that, but that term didn't exist back when this game came out. The idea is we've got these fruit. And if I mix these two fruit, then I will know what banana and carrot do. So I acquire this information permanently. And then what I can do is I can get out pen and paper and I can write that down. I will then know for the future what that spell does. And if I have two fruit that don't blend together very well, don't create a desirable effect, I can just choose not to use them. Instead, I can go to the next stage, go acquire two more fruit, and hopefully then I've got some better combinations. There are some very powerful spells. For example, there are spells that give you extra lives, or extra lives by proxy. They unlock mini-games which can give extra lives. There are spells that let you skip entire stages. Very strong stuff. So you can see if you know all of the spells, because you've played the game a lot, experimented and taken notes, or you've cheated and gone to game FAQs, like a monster, then you'll know which are the best spells and you'll know the best use for all of your fruits. Or vegetables. We've done potato and apple before, right? What was it? Already forgotten. It was either stars or seconds. I'm not cheating with a recipe list. It's boring. I'm just gonna let fate decide. But I'm not gonna do a spell we've already done before. That is also boring. Probably not worth me going back for the 3 seconds of time. I think it took more than I gained. But whatever, crankle me out of here. But this is... I'm not going to do this spell, because I've done it before. Certain fruits and vegetables are rarer than others. There is a nice way to see the rarity of the fruits that might come up, might not. Oh, good lord, you saw that little flashing fairy, right? That means we're in trouble. Welcome to the next mechanic to make the game harder, dying wabbits. So, wabbits, because they're away from home, get, I don't know, incredibly homesick. Ignore that, I'll explain that later. They get incredibly homesick, I guess, and they start to die. But only one of them will die at a time. I don't know, it doesn't make any logic, it's just there to make the game harder. One wabbit will start to flash. The flashing wabbit will die if left alone. You have to find the flashing wabbit, run into him, save him, before he dies. That's the name of the game. If he dies, then you lose all of your letters at the top and middle. So all of my skinker will be gone, and I have to recollect it. Very important we don't let any flashing wabbits actually die. You got quite a generous amount of time to get to them. And at the moment, the stages aren't too big. Later, the stages will be massive. Although, saying that, not on this difficulty they won't. You're wondering what this bonus stage is all about other than points? It's a chance for me to farm some stars and some... What the hell is going on with the music? Farm some stars and some 3-second time icons. And points, if you care about that. I don't. I don't think I've ever heard this music track go that long. I've never heard that piece of music before. Because usually the stages are done by now. That threw me off. I haven't explained it outright, but I think you've probably noticed by now. Sometimes the letters are in blue and they spell out the word bonus at the bottom middle. If I complete the word bonus, we get that bonus stage. Okay, so now we have 4 fruit. Let's do some combos we've not done. I'm going to mysteriously do the only recipe that I can remember, because it's the single most important recipe in the game. Behold, apples and bananas. By their power combined, I'll look up for dramatic effect. Spell complete. Door open. What door? Door? There's a door? What, this one? No, this one's always been open. You mean up there? No, I mean the shop. At long last, the stars have use. Welcome to the shop, where we can see all of the different fruit. We've got apples, strawberries, bananas, oranges, carrots, potatoes, cabbages, mangoes, lemons, God knows, pear, cherry, avocado, mushroom, random, time, and extra lives. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Sweet? It could be anything. So, once again, if you have a recipe list or you've played the game honestly, like a good boy, then you will know what spell combinations are good and you can buy appropriate fruits and vegetables to get some really strong effects. Maybe I could skip one of the remaining stages. Maybe I could unlock a bonus game, get an extra life for cheaper than 300. There's loads of powerful combinations. You can also sell any fruit that you currently have spinning on the tree that you don't want. Despite it showing up here, you can't sell time or lives. But I could sell my strawberry and my potato if I didn't like that mixture. But I love the sound of that. That sounds tasty. We got a lot of stars. What are we gonna do? Now, I don't remember any recipes apart from the shop and the fact that mushroom gives me one of the 4 magical gems. That's it. That's all I remember. So, tell you what, we'll gamble. I got a lemon. That's that. Okay, that's fine. I'll gamble again then, because that was kind of a null result. A mushroom. Fantastic. We'll do lemon mushroom. Why not? Sounds good to me. Let's also buy a couple of these. An orange. We're going to find out what the things are called. And I've not seen a cabbage yet, so we'll get a cabbage. Wonderful. Really what I should be doing is buying lives and time. Because I don't know what these spells are going to do. They might have negative effects for all I know. Are there any negative effects? There are negative effects. But look at this, we can make some interesting stuff here, right? Maybe I'll make actual edible food. So, lemon and strawberry sounds like a decent enough mix. Wait, lemon and orange is a more natural mix, isn't it? This has got to do something. Okay, I've unlocked a bonus game, a mini game. I don't want to mix any more spells because if I get another bonus game, it will overwrite the one I've got. So I'm going to take this. No idea which one it's going to be. There's lots. And we got 10-ton challenge. I don't even know what this is. Time? Oh, good lord. All right. It won't be the same one twice in a row. Oh. The rewards. They're paying off. P is points. I don't care for points. I reckon it goes back to the left. Ooh. He can read. He can read the game. Stars are essentially time. I can buy time with stars. That is a lot of stuff. My god, this game's amazing. This is lemon and orange. Maybe we should do this again. Oh, it's a bit of a letdown. Damn you! Still, I got a lot from that. I didn't lose a life. That's just minigame over. Level 8, Lunar Land. Welcome to the moon, where all the rabbits live in almost every piece of media I've ever seen. I don't know why rabbits come from the moon, but they often do. You see, I just beeline straight for the dying wabbit. I can't believe how well this has gone, by the way. That minigame is insanely good. The value of that is incredible. I suppose I should talk about the controls a little bit. We've got jump. We've also got jump. And the two buttons do exactly the same thing. But on A, we have drop through platform, which you've probably seen me using. So when I'm up high, I can drop down to the lower platform. Very important, and not everybody realizes that's a thing. Also, not everybody realizes this game exists. But it's a great game, trust me. Once you get used to the speed. There is also an oddity with jump in this game. If you hold jump... Oh, wait, never mind. We'll talk about that later. Prepare to meet Snake Eyes. I've done one complete rotation of every stage. There are 8 stages. We just beat them all. That means it's time to fight a boss. The boss is Snake Eyes. How do you fight? Wiz doesn't have any attacks, does he? Of course he does. Wiz, he's a wizard. He has magic. That's right. In the boss stages, and the boss stages only, Wiz gains the ability to cast magic. What does magic do? Well, it emanates from Wiz, and it automatically targets the nearest target point, damage point on the enemy. So on Snake Eyes, that's 2 eyes, left eye, right eye, and his mouth. Justice. You'll notice that he doesn't flash when I hit him in the mouth. That's because his mouth is not damageable yet. I need to gouge out both of his eyes before I can hit him in the mouth. Fantastic, time to die. Also, the controls for attacking are really buggy. If you hold down A, which is your attack button, sometimes... Good lord, he was severed from his body. I didn't notice that. If you hold down A, sometimes the link breaks. Also, you can fart. Just throwing that out there. If you want, you can fart. Only in the boss fights. You hold down and press A, you fart. Wonderful. Why is that in the game? Don't know. It was made by British people. We're weird. I'm pretty sure it was made by British people. But lo and behold, World 1 complete. But yes, in a boss fight, the boss will have target areas, and they won't all be damageable at the beginning. So you have to gouge out his eyes, and then you can take him on the face, kill him outright. Wonderful stuff. But if you hold down A, the link will break randomly, and you have to keep repressing A. Calm down, potato, I'm speaking. So you have to keep repressing A. Every time you see the link break, you've got to press it again. So you can either try to react, or you can just mash A, constantly tap it throughout the fight. Those are your two choices. And I don't remember this problem when I was younger. So I have a possible solution, I don't know if it's right. Right, why is this potato going ballistic? Fruit expires, true to life. Also vegetables. They can only stay hanging on the tree for 3 visits to the hub. At which point, if you don't spend them, or sell them, then they're just gonna expire. So we better use them. How about a bit of potato and cabbage? Lovely stuff. Actually not, I despise cabbage. This is why I just... Screw you, game. This is why I despise cabbage. Okay, so technically speaking then, that's a do-nothing spell. There's a few of those. I actually thought I was losing a life there, and I was very sad. I'm willing to do double strawberry, so let's get a taste of mushroom orange. Why not? That sounds like a nice combination. Another minigame. Alright. I can't fart here, can I? Oh, I can! Fantastic. Look at me go. Is this copter? What do I do? Oh, I'm rotating the tube. Okay. Do I want to collect cogs or not? I don't know. I still don't know. Maybe. No, wait, I got health in the top left. I want to dodge those. Understood, understood. This minigame is substantially worse than the previous one. I'm just going to play for the time, I think. I don't care for points. It's really awkward to control, you've no idea. I don't like that. Let's not do that again. But yes, as you've probably guessed, the rarity of the fruits and veg is correlated with their price. So mushroom is the rarest. So in theory, it has the most powerful spells. In practice, it doesn't. Before I was telling you about a quirk with jumping in this game, and it is as follows. We've got the usual jumping mechanics of holding jump for a full jump, or tapping jump for a little jump. Longer I press it, more height I get. But if I hold jump and just don't let go, I immediately re-jump upon landing. This is nice. I like this in games. Welcome, it's time for level 9. So there are 8 stages here. You remember that, yes? Yes. 1 round, or a world I think the game calls it, is completing each of the 8 stages once. Once you've done that, we go back, and we gotta complete the 8 stages again. But this time, the stages will be slightly different. How are they slightly different? Because the background's changed. The stages will be slightly more difficult, so they'll be slightly longer before they loop horizontally, or they might have extra layers of elevation to stand on. They just make collecting the wabbits more difficult in some way. The specific way changes depending on which world you're in. So, Dead Land, I'm pretty sure, just stretches horizontally. Also, it becomes more difficult to switch between upper and lower path, but you can jump on this coffin, or sarcophagus, if we want to be technical. I have no idea what the difference is between a coffin and a sarcophagus. Oh, also, now, we gotta do 3 rounds, not 2. You'll notice the words are getting longer as well. Now we're swelchy. Where we once were nunting and diddling. Now we swelchin. What does it mean? No idea, but 3 rounds means 3 fruit. So we can make the shop again. That doesn't sound very good. Hey, whoa! Okay, party strawberry, come with me. What's strawberry do? That's not great, but could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I feel like I've done most of these combinations before, because these are all basic fruits. Let's get an exciting fruit. What haven't we seen? We haven't seen any cherries. Alright, what would you mix a cherry with? And why do the cherries look like little bombs? Though, curiously enough, they look like cherry bombs, so that actually makes more sense than I'm happy about. Cherry and strawberry as a mixture you never see. Bow before the fruit. That spell is incredible. Does that not just mean infinite stars? Well, no, it doesn't, because there's a limit to how many times you can buy the same fruit. But... oh, the prices have gone up. What an incredible spell. Keep that one in mind. I'm gonna forget it, 100%. We now have an ice cream van. And a snowman. A delightful chap. But you see how much more complex this stage has become. It's got a bridge now. And it's got a thriving business. It's also got the incredibly good music. So the upside to the dying wabbit is that when there's only one wabbit left, I kind of get a compass pointing me to it. Actually helped me out there. That was a quonking good show. I need to learn to incorporate some of these words into my vocabulary. They are... I was going to say quonking, but I've already made that joke and it'd be kind of boring to do it again. Now every third wabbit's giving me a letter. We're going star star wabbit. Stars actually have a use now that I have the shop. They genuinely don't do anything without the shop, but you'll notice the shop is made from the two most common fruits in the game. So although the game doesn't hold your hand and tell you, because this is an old school game, not a modern one, the game does nudge you towards the shop by making the shop recipe the two most common fruit. You will find it if you play the game for more than 10 minutes. Alright, let's make some magic happen. Carrot goes delicious with bananas, trust me. I'll take it, that's not bad. Apple and lemon. I could buy an orange and we could have that insanely good bonus game again, but we want to see some variety. Extra life? Is that from points? You get lives from points now. How did I not know this? We've got quite a lot of money. Again, I could buy cherry and whatever the hell it was in order to double my stars and we'll get nigh on infinite stars, but that's lame. Orange? Got ripped off. We've not seen a pear yet, let's get a pear. Why is the pear a weird shade of teal? And fat at the bottom? I don't know. Okay, that's not bad either. I'll take that. Getting a lot of good spells here, except for the one that killed me. Look at that statue. Fantastic piece of artwork. I tell you, the wabbits, they know how to make things. I assume the wabbits have done all this since they were teleported to this land. Because if you look at the reliefs in the mirrors... They're not mirrors, are they? They're windows. In the windows, they're rabbit-themed. That was terrifying. You hear the noise that thing made? You're gonna have to learn to be scared of that. The game has decided I'm having it too easy. And so it has finally decided to introduce invisible letters. Or empty letters, I don't know what to call them. If you collect an empty letter, it removes that letter from your spell word at the top. So if I collect that hollow-looking N, then I'll lose the N from my Dorkin, and I have to recollect it. So it's about time I explained a grander scheme of things with this game. So this game has 3 main difficulties and 1 hidden difficulty. If you play on the easiest mode, I think it's called Apprentice, then what will happen is you will have to do 1 round of the 8 stages we've already seen, and then you will fight a boss called the Freaky Flower. Once you beat the Freaky Flower, you win the game. Game's over. That's it. Just 1 cycle. Playing on medium, which is what we're doing, we have to do 2 cycles. And the bosses will be different. The first boss we fight was Snake Eyes. The second boss we're going to fight is called the Creepy Clock. You'll see him. If you're playing on the 3rd difficulty, the hardest one, you will actually need to do 4 cycles. And once again, every boss will be completely different. You won't fight any of the first 3 bosses. There are 4 brand new bosses for the hard difficulty. And then if you play the hidden difficulty, you will have to do 7 loops through the stages, and you have to go through all 7 bosses, starting with Freaky Flower, and ending with the boss from hard mode. Couldn't save them all. I'm sorry, bonus wabbits. So just to recap, we're playing on normal, which means we need to do 2 cycles. We need to do 16 stages in total, and 2 bosses. And our final boss will be the Creepy Clock. Something to look forward to. I just like experimenting, okay? We've seen very few cabbage, except for the cabbage I'm buying, so I'm gonna buy a couple of them. I did cabbage and potato before. So let's do cabbage and banana, that's a tastier combination. That sounds incredibly powerful. It's halved the prices. Okay, so you start to see combinations we could make. We could do cherry with whatever it was to double our stars, and we could do that after a sale, make buying it cheaper. There's a lot of powerful stuff you can do. If only you learned the recipes that I refuse to do. Because I'm here... Ooh, green wabbits. I'm here just to showcase what the game has to offer. I'm not here to play perfectly. If I were to play this game on hard, I'd be abusing powerful recipes. It's the only way I'd get through the game. Behold, the wabbits are green. What do green wabbits do? Exactly the same as normal wabbits, except they're worth extra points. Also, my strawberries have got a touch of green about them. I don't know why. It's probably a programming limitation, something to do with palettes. That's a word, right? Also, the moon's gone green. Now, allow me to dump upon you a little factoid. This game was originally made for PAL systems. PAL systems run at 50 frames per second. The game was then ported over to the American audience with their NTSC systems. Those run at 60 frames per second. What's the result of this? Well, if you don't bother to program an exception, the result of this is that on American consoles, your game runs 20% faster. And therefore, the fast Wiz becomes the lightning speed Wiz. What you're seeing is me currently playing on a Sega Genesis, which means the game is running 20% faster than it's supposed to. Usually we have this problem in reverse, where the games on PAL systems here in the UK actually run slower than intended. For example, if you've ever played Sonic 1, and you play it on a PAL system, the game runs slower. So Sonic, the game that's all about speed, that I grew up playing, is slower than it was intended. Kind of ironic, but there you go. This game is back to front, because it was made in a PAL region. The slower PAL speed is the intended speed, and the American version that I'm playing right now is going 20% faster than it's supposed to, which is why the game is so crazy fast. And is also, I believe, why you can't hold down A against bosses. I think there's probably some programming error that's brought about by the increased frame rate. I don't know. That's a guess. But I don't remember having this repressing A problem when I used to play this game as a child, when I had the PAL version. Well, technically speaking, I didn't have the PAL version. My friend had the PAL version. It's neither here nor there. What recipe have I not done? I feel like I've done most of these. Have I done this one? Well, we got something. Oh, good lord, it splat those dudes. This is another minigame. This is a great one. We get to splat these dudes by throwing tomatoes at them. Tomatoes in the bottom left. You can't collect tomatoes normally. They're just ammunition. Also, you may notice a little character hanging off of the woman on the right. That's Pugsy, another game made by Psygnosis, who made this game. Pugsy's a great game as well, for what it's worth. Now, let's splat those dudes. Sorry, I didn't know the controls. So, the longer I hold the button, the more power I put behind it. And depending on where I splat them, I get more points. I'm not very good at this, am I? That's more like it. Right on the cheek. I'm not sure why I'm only going for the woman, I'm sorry. Let me fix this. There you go. Equality in all its forms. I'm starting to learn, I'm starting. Whoa, let's see if I can get it in the mouth. That's nowhere near. He's tasting that. So she. Wonderful stuff. Now you know who I'm really aiming for. Pugsy. In the eye. Ooh. The acidity. It's gonna hurt. This game is just for points as far as I know, but you can get an extra life if you get enough points, so, you know, in theory. But it is just for fun. These are caricatures of two of the creators of the game. We're not just hurling vegetables at people for no reason. Welcome to Hollywood. That's right, no references to any real-world place that I'm aware of. I just collected an invisible letter. That's what that weird noise was. That's my time looking, 30 seconds. We're getting kinda low. But we got a lot of stars. We might need to visit the shop, buy some time. Or buy some fruits and veg that gives me time, if I could remember any of them. But I can't. That's right, I don't remember the spells I've cast in this video. I have a... God damn it. I got a thrummy memory, let me tell you. Last 10 seconds. What that means is that now there is a chance of the golden coin... golden time token? Golden time coin? I don't know what... That golden thing with a T on it. When you collect a Wabbit, it might spawn the golden thing with a T on it. And if you collect that, you get a bonus 30 seconds to play with. You can survive on one life forever, exclusively living off that. But it's high risk. Because as you can see, as soon as you activate it, it starts to float away. It's not guaranteed that a Wabbit will even spawn it. It's just a chance. You could touch every Wabbit on the stage and there might not be one. And generally, you end up running like a lunatic to try and find it. And then when it does spawn, you have to react and get in time. I'm down to 3 seconds. We get a little bit from the clocks. My time's looking kind of grim. But that's alright. We got all the stars, and we got a shop. We'll be okay. I'm going to do a spell first, in case I get something like sail. I've done cabbage and potato before. I feel like I may have done this. No, I haven't. Weird wabbits. Okay, I don't mind that. Let's try apple apple. A bonus letter. That's not great, but it's okay. So in the shop, am I going to be buying time? Probably. But I'm going to find out what this fruit is. That's not an onion. Fine. Right. I thought Swede was better, but whatever. Give me a couple of onions then. And I'm going to spend the rest on time. I know I could do better. I know I could cause a sale in the shop, double my stars, buy the fruit that gives me 50 seconds, buy the mini game where I won about 100 seconds last time. I know, I know. But you want to see some variety, yes? Yes. We've already got weird wabbits. Do we push it? We push it. Cabbage and onion. A sensible mix. Despite how it looks. I hate this game. Alright, strawberry and onion. A sensible mix. Maybe don't look up, maybe look down. Pray to the cauldron gods. That doesn't sound good. Let's move. So we're gonna have some weird wabbits. Exactly the same as green wabbits. They're just worth a bit more. But they look kinda cool. I don't know what stormy weather does. I know it's given me a cloud above my head, but I'm not sure the ramifications of this. It might be absolutely nothing. I might be about to drop down dead. I don't know. At this point in the game, with my time running so low, I might start skipping the ingredients, unless they're particularly good. You don't have to get the ingredients. I've been getting them because it's fun to show off the spells. But if it's, say, I don't know, let's say you've tried every single combination with banana and they're all kind of bad, then you might just skip banana whenever it comes up. You might just run like this and try to be as fast as you can. But you know, even if you don't like the fruit, I can still sell it for some stars now that I've got the shop. So it's never useless. Also, I'm really burning through that extra time that I bought. One oddity, if you run into a dying wabbit, it is guaranteed to spawn a spell letter if you're still at that phase of the stage. So dying wabbits are actually really useful. Not only because they indicate where they are, you can use them as a kind of radar, but... One moment. I'm gonna die. Okay, no problem. Wasn't scared, not for 1 second. But yes, dying wabbits are really useful for that reason. Guaranteed letter, instead of 1 every 3 we're down to now. Not gonna be able to save you all. I apologise to the 4 wabbits left behind. But needs must. Needs must. That was the mushroom, bright red, and the cabbage. I love it when the colour palette changes. It's great. Okay, level 15 coming up. That means there's only 2 stages left. And then a boss. Let's celebrate with a bit of carrot and mango. Tasty, tasty stuff. Okay, that transformed my other fruit into bananas. And I only had one. But I would consider that a negative. I shall finish in woodland. Damn you, invisible letter. Now, if I can complete this game without needing an extra life, that will exceed all of my expectations, because I genuinely wasn't sure if I'd be able to complete the game. I thought I would run out of lives, and yet here I am, 3 lives higher than I started. I am genuinely impressed with how I'm playing. It's not down to me, I'm not really doing anything different, it's just my recipes have been very good. And my bonus game, well, one particular, was very, very good. So we're doing well. I don't care for strawberries anymore. We're just gonna go with speed. Of course, the other advantage of getting the fruit, even if you don't want it, is that stars can't spawn until you've got the fruit. And stars are obviously good for the shop. But for me, they're not that good because I'm not using them in a very smart way. But if you were being careful with them and deliberately only getting stuff that mattered, then it would be better. Also, I just noticed I'm spelling out the word chonkies, which I thought was recent internet slang, but no, apparently we were chonky back in the day. I have 0 time left on my clock. Get me out of here. Alright, 6 seconds after the clock's added. This opens the shop. That's not very useful. I'll take the cash. I'll take the time. Alright, 36 seconds. I might be able to do that. This is now a personal goal. Oh, by the way, we're never completing this up here. If we complete this, we get a super bonus game. It's similar to the regular bonus game, but better. Alright, Woodland. Final level of the entire wizard difficulty. 36 seconds to do it without losing a life. Let's go. You may have noticed at the end there, that guy was starting to flash faster, because he was very close to dying. Fruit's kind of useless to me now, because I can't go back to the hub. After we complete this stage, we go straight to the boss room. Collecting the time icons are still useful, because at the end of each round, they give me extra time. So for the first 2 rounds, those are still good. Keep those eyes peeled. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. One thing I do know is it's substantially harder to get the extra time token on the hardest skill level, not difficulty. I don't know why this game has 2 different difficulty things, but on taxing, it is a lot harder to get the time token. Where's the last wabbit? It's pretty much a given that I'm going to need another time token. It's not going to spawn, is it? We lost a life on the final round of the final stage. We lost a life. Shameful. We start on the final round, by the way. We're not back to round 1 of 3. We are safe and secure on round 3 of 3 of Woodland. I don't know why I'm collecting anything. Even time doesn't do any favours for me now, because the boss rooms aren't timed. I think I just turned away from the door. Alright. Prepare to meet. Wait, oh, sorry. The score screen. And after the score screen, prepare to meet. The creepy clock. I love this prepare to meet, by the way. I think it's a really cool way of introducing a boss. Here he comes. Good lord, is he creepy. He has a pendulum. I can't damage his pendulum. Hey, I'm just holding down A and it's working. Oh no, it's broken. He's dropping creepy gears, because he's a creepy clock. So his heart locket, I don't know, is damageable to begin with. That's his weak point. And now I'm having to mash A like a lunatic because it's not working. Good music though for the creepy clock. Now we can get him right in the nose. Yes, nose, the famous weakness of any clock. I know it's not that exciting of a boss fight, okay? The creepy clock doesn't really live up to his image. He looks cool, but gameplay is... I mean, there's quite a bit going on, I suppose. I got a pendulum and some cogs to dodge, but it's not that difficult, really. Not compared to the rest of the game, anyway. The rest of the game is actually challenging. This boss is not. And some of the later bosses kick it up a notch. Right, now we can target the pendulum, which I believe is the final part of the creepy clock. And there we go, creepy clock defeated, damageless. I shall toot my victory. I'm a child, alright. Let me have my fun. I have defeated the creepy clock. Lo and behold. Hero of the day. Saver of the Wabbits. His name is Wiz. And you've just looked at the length of this video, haven't you? Yes, you have. You sneaky, crafty swine, you. I have something else in mind. Hold your horses. Bonus points for having stars left over. You love to see it. Pretty damn good music. Party on, everyone. Party on. Those cacti are looking happy, angry, and sad. All the emotions. The moon sleeps. Apparently Wiz's name is Wizzy. I have been invited to the Pum School of Magic. What a reward. Pum is the world. It's Earth. It was in the introduction. I don't know why it's called Pum. But that's a promotion for Wizzy. Congrats, Wizzy. I don't know where these stars are coming from, or why they're being launched so violently at the Wabbits. But I am now a sorcerer, look at me go! Oh, I'm producing stars. I'm gonna be a rich, wealthy man. About. I'm not controlling any of this. Just for clarity. Thank you, Lizzie. I'm glad you acknowledge my superiority. But wait. There's a shock twist in the plot. We're all home in Wiz's backyard. But alas. No, it couldn't be. It's an even higher level spell coming out the cauldron. This time it's a square-based pyramid. The Wabbits were stolen by golden light. They must be saved one last time on the hardest difficulty, Sorcerer. Which makes sense, because Wiz is now a Sorcerer. I got the 3rd highest score. Screw you, Mike. But get wrecked, Tony. Why am I doing this? I don't know. What did Chris do? Play like half of one stage and then give up? Honestly, Chris, you gotta work on your game a bit. So that was Wizard difficulty. But if you're anything like me, hopefully you are, you want to see the other bosses. Now, I could play through the game on Sorcerer and Taxing to get to the other bosses, but 1, that would take ages, and 2, I'd die. So, instead, to stop me dying, we're going to use a password. Now, this isn't me cheating to get to the boss. Allow me to explain what's going on here. One of the fruit and vegetable recipes unlocks the hint shop. And the hint shop, as you can imagine, is a shop that sells hints. I know, it's shocking stuff. And in the hints, mixed in them, some of them are completely useless, some of them are hints about good recipes, some of them are hints about passwords. Passwords that you can't find any other way. So these passwords are intended to be found through the hint shop and then just used as you like. And one of those hints that you can buy is this code. This is the big baddie selection screen. It lets you practice any boss you like. So this isn't me just using a password that's right next to the boss in actual gameplay. This code is intended for your usage so you can practice the bosses before you go for an actual long run through the difficult stages. So first of all, I'm just going to go top to bottom. We're not going to do Snake Eyes or Creepy Clock because you've seen them already. I'm going to start with Freaky Flower, who is the boss of easy mode, which is called Apprentice. So understandably, he's the easiest boss. Don't get your hopes up on this one. Freaky Flower. He's got incredible artwork though. All of the bosses in this game look fantastic. I'm sorry, they really do. But this is Freaky Flower. Now, pay special attention to his eyes. You notice his eyes are taking damage, his nose isn't. You know, usual business. I've got to destroy his eyes before I can attack his nose. This is a common theme in this game for some reason. But just look at his eyes. Look at them now! That's the stuff of nightmares. Look at that! You can see the veins behind his eyeballs. Good lord, it's grim. The moon's loving it. Also, look at the way he shimmies using his leaves near his stem. Look at that. I'm sorry, I really like the bosses in this game. They're not challenging, but they have so much character, and somebody spent a long time drawing these. They're not very well animated. Most of them just either move side to side or they spin in circles. But because they didn't have to draw many animation frames, they could spend a long time making that one sprite look mwah, perfecto. Yes, I have to enter this code every time. I'm sorry. The advantage is that I learned the code. Alright, so, Savage Pumpkin. That's a frightening name if ever I've seen one. This is the first boss of Sorcerer difficulty. Prepare to meet him. Ow. Not a good start. So how do you think I damaged this guy? Besides getting bodied in the corner over here. That's right, first of all you gouge out his eyes, then you hit him in the nose. You're learning, I'm proud of you. It seems strange that I'm destroying a hollow gap. That's what I'm doing. Oh, also, this boss throws a wrench into the mix. Is that a phrase? I'm trying to be more American to appeal to my audience. It throws a spanner in the works. There you go, my fellow Brits. I feel more comfortable with that one. You have to target the mouth before we can go for the nose. The fatal nose blow that we always go for. But yes, I have to rip out his gap of a mouth. Now, finally, we can target the almighty nose. And if you're thinking this is over, it's not. It's not. I mean, this boss is. If you're thinking the idea of attacking noses is over, oh no, we got more noses, don't you worry. Yeah, I'm still farting after I kill the bosses, what of it? You got a problem? I'm gonna get the password wrong after boasting that I know the password without looking, aren't I? Nice. The evil oak, who, by the way, has an evil nose. The evil oak is a tree, as you might guess, with a big old nose. But this is the evil oak. But in order to kill the evil oak, we start with the nose. That's right, plot twist. What we have to do is we have to dodge his acorns that he's dropping at us, and that's his only means of attack. It's not as easy as you think, trust me. Once we get the nose, we go for the eyes. We've got 2 eyes to kill. I don't like the order any more than you do, but it's okay. He's blind, he can't smell, he landed on me. Now, we kill his acorns. That's right, we're killing his unborn children. Effectively. We are monsters. So I'm going to prioritize killing the outer acorns, because those are the harder ones to reach. Because when he's in the middle, I basically have free reign to just attack whatever I feel like. But the far left and far right acorns can only be attacked when he's on the appropriate side of the screen. Ow. Whereas the middle of the tree can just be hit whenever. He has a pattern here, by the way. It's middle, then he picks a side, left or right, then he goes the other side, and then he goes back to middle. So there is one sort of 50-50. But you can react to it if you're better at games than I am and not just quite so old. You can probably react to it and you'll be fine. The correct way to play is that when he's in the middle and he jumps up, you stay in the middle and then you move slightly left or right depending on where he is. But you know, my way is getting us through. By the way, there's no difficulty settings to the bosses. I don't need to put it on hard to make the bosses hard. They're just... the boss is the boss, no matter what. Right, the gatekeeper. He keeps gates for a hobby. We've all got to have a hobby. I love the design on this guy. I love the design on all of these. I make no mistake. He's got a nose. That's important. But he also has teeth. So how does the gatekeeper work? It's quite similar to the evil oak. Each of his teeth need to die. That's right, we need to cause immense tooth decay. And it really is tooth decay, you'll see. Once again, it's better to try and target the teeth at the extremities because they're off-screen quite a bit. So it's harder to hit those ones, whereas the ones in the middle I can basically just destroy whenever is convenient. I will try to hit the ones right at the edges, where possible. There you go, tooth decay. Impacted. I'm pretty sure the far left tooth has never dropped a single time. As you've probably noticed by now, the teeth can only be hurt when they're active and they're about to fall. Priming, we'll call it priming. But yes, Wiz's magic is powerful enough to corrupt the teeth of the gatekeeper, who is just a giant head. I've never really looked up what he is. What is he? Is it like a monkey or something? Right, he is suffering. So a decayed and broken tooth, you can't do anything to it. That's gonna hurt me. You can't do anything to it anymore. It's just there. Much like in real life. Make sure to brush your teeth, everyone. Now we play the waiting game. Waiting game's over. Now it's back to the traditional game. What does that mean? It means we gotta do the eyes before you can do the nose. Classic stuff. Gotta be careful not to get hit by the teeth still, of course. They might be cracked, but they still pack a punch. Right, he's becoming blind, but Gatekeeper has one final trick up his sleeve. This is how you know he's an advanced level boss. You notice what it is yet? That's right. His nose is two separate entities. He's got a double nose. What a powerful monster. We've got to puncture both parts of his nose. Is that blood coming out of his nose? I'm not sure. This is a child-friendly game, though. Haha, nose eliminated. So the bosses up to this point have been pretty stock standard, right? If you just run around like a headless chicken, you're going to get destroyed by Gatekeeper and Evil Oak. And probably Savage Pumpkin. Everything before that, you just press the buttons, you kind of win. Those bosses, you do need to sort of bob and weave with the boss in order to survive. It's not that bad. And now the game says I've had enough of you. It's time to give you an actual challenge. And this is the final boss of the game. There's nothing harder than this. Deadly Dragon is actually a boss fight. You can tell he's bad because he gets a green outline. Also, we're in Deadland. How about the gargoyles? That's Deadly Dragon in the background. Also, keep an eye on the moon. He's bored until... The dragon. He knows what's coming. He loves it. He loves to watch me suffer. The moon's evil in this game. This is Deadly Dragon. You'll see him in a minute. He's not going to stay in the... There we go. Look at his nose. No. Ow. Deadly Dragon has only one weak point. And fittingly, it's his nose. But I guess you could say it's his head, if you want to be generous. But I like to say it's his nose. Ow. I haven't mentioned this, but I'm sure you've noticed by now. In the top left is my HP. So yes, dodging Deadly Dragon is a genuine task. Because these fire attacks are not the easiest thing in the world to avoid. Sometimes they're faster, sometimes they're slower, sometimes I gotta jump, sometimes I don't. This volley of fire I find quite hard to react to. But I think it's somewhat consistent. I think you can dodge it if you stand in the same spot every time. We have fallen to a boss. We all knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming. He's a deadly dragon after all. I do love the fact that they gave a bit of personality to the moon in this game. It reminds me of Super Mario Bros. 3, The Angry Sun. It's just so memorable. I think if I stand about here, sort of at the 3/4 point of the screen, I'm just safe from the fire, right? Yes, okay. Okay, so the 1/4 point or the 3/4 point are both safe. Understood. Let's focus on minimizing damage, not maximizing. Wait, this sounds wrong. I'm going to focus on reducing damage taken, not dealing damage to the boss. There we go. I just want to stay maximum distance away from him at all times. Which is not the easiest thing to do in the world. Then I take my damage when I can. Bit greedy there, bit greedy. The problem I've got is I'm just jumping every time, and that's not the way this boss goes. You have to react to the attack. Sometimes it's shot at you, sometimes it's shot around you. That might not be true. It might just be that the boss's movement affects where the attack goes. And it depends if he's moving or not when he shoots. I'm not entirely sure, but... You know, the long and short of it is, sometimes in order to avoid the attack I need to jump, and sometimes I need to stand still. And so I need to react. I can't just jump on impulse every time he shoots. Reach my magic. Stop randomly turning off. Frustrating. What if I bounce on the spot like this? Aha! I jumped into it! Get some damage. Go hide by the gate. The gate of safety. Get some damage. Hide. Okay, good dodge, good dodge. That's right, I'm cheerleading myself now. That's alright, that's alright. It was a silly hit, but I'll live. Ooh, ran through the shot. That's a strategy, I'll employ that if I need it. Get out of here, deadly dragon. I can't break wind! What have you done to me? You monster! But that's it. That's the final boss of the game. And you can imagine, if you played through the entire game, which means you went 4 laps through the stages, or even if you're playing on Super Wizard and you went 7 laps through the stages, and you've got to fight that boss and you've only got a couple of lives left, that is frightening. Because you can die on that boss. Easily. So practicing that boss is important. I'm going to let the credits play out, because that is the end of Wiz N Liz. And you're going to see a bit of British humour coming out here. I really hope this game is made by British people. I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure it is. Everyone who is related to the game had to be given a sort of nickname. So we got Sarah Core Dixon, that's alright. But they get better. We got Lindsay without a D Williams. Richie Bex Brown. And there's going to be some childish humour coming up. Ooh, just you wait. It's coming. But this has been Wiz N Liz. I've been Sega Omega. I like to play a lot of old retro games from the Sega Mega Drive, also known as the Sega Genesis. If you like these kind of games, then why not check out something else I've done? Why not check out Toy Story? There's a classic. Toy Story for the Sega Mega Drive. Great game, famous game, you've probably played it before. But fun to watch, nonetheless. Now I'm just biding my time. Look, there's a Pingu expert. You see, this is humour, okay? This is humour. It gets worse. It gets worse. It's coming. Wait for it. Silliest name, Gary Honest Cobbledick. That is the level of this game. It knows no bounds. This has been Wiz N Liz. I've been Sega Omega. Hopefully you'll join me for whatever we end up doing next, and I shall see you then.